It's the wrong kind of bolt for that thing. I gotta find it now. Let's try and pick up the deer trail. The deer would have been about here, wouldn't it, when I hit it? Caribou. That's weird. Yeah, you're not kidding, Battle Rabbit. There we go, blood trial. Bleed right low. Okay. Wasn't a vital then. Not quite a quick kill. Afternoon, Henry. Welcome to almost the weekend. Lost the track. This caribou has just teleported. There we go. %0 quick kill. Wow, it was actually high. Okay, so my first dot was roughly where that was, and my second dot was about here, and I was aiming between the first and second. So at fifth, what was that, 60 meters? That needs to be dot one. And that would have probably landed here somewhere. Wait a minute. Right lung. So that was a good hit, but the quick kill bonus was really low. And I think that's because we hit it with the... Oh no, I hit it with the 7mm? That's really weird. 7mm's a bit low then. Maybe we should try a different rifle. Bandida, how you doing, sir? They did a hunting dog DLC for the last Hunter game. Over penetration. It's not doing enough damage, I think, Flurry. It's just not doing enough damage. It's got the penetration. I think that animal's just too big for it. Hunter Doyle DLC. How awesome would that be?
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Buster G, thank you for 2 months. Let's have a look at the rifles.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
We've got a 270, a 338, and a 243. It says that makes it ideal for moose or bear. But it's not very accurate. I can do pistol, but I'm trying to level up the bow a bit. Well, the crossbow. Any new rifles? What's all these? %100% accuracy. What? Godfather, thank you for 20 months. Good to see you back again. See you back again. Thank you, Godfather. You like the 338, do you? The Rangemaster. I wish they did a more accurate version of it. We could take the 338 out for a spin, I guess. The 100% one is a lie down gun. Let's put that back. Bring the Rangemaster 338 out. We've got 338 polymer tip. Very popular among outfitters and guides working in bear country. One of the few calibers with enough power to reliably stop a charging bear. Ideal for most large and dangerous game. Is it one of those pay-to-win games? No, the original Hunter was a pay-to-win game. This isn't. Not at all. You pay for, like, map expansions. Or reserves, as they call it. 338 polymer tip, 50. We need some more of them. Wow, that's 1,000 credits.
Welcome back, Nutter.
If you only penetrate one lung, soft points will increase bleed out. Yes, but if you don't have enough penetration, you won't even get into the lung, you know? Your advice to new surviving Mars players. Get your get that research that lets you automate the rovers so they can go out gathering metal automatically. That's really good. Wobbly Weasel, thank you for gifting a sub to Hilo. Hilo, welcome back, sir. Thank you, Wobbly Weasel. Right, Rangemaster 338. Let's get the ammo. 338 polymer tip. Let's put the rifle scope on it. Okay, let's give that a spin. I was hoping to get on this rock. It's quite a big map. Now Mars is green, you're hoping for surviving Jupiter. That would be an interesting thing, surviving Jupiter. Guys, I'm just going to go and refill my juice and I want a cup of tea, so I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So I had to boil the kettle and everything. I needed a cup of tea. I've not had a cup of tea today. Oh, what time is it in game? 8:31.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Right, check out this new gun. MA90, thank you for 32 months, sir. You got to study for your moped license, Leo. Wait, what have you got to study exactly for a moped license? Is it just highway code and stuff? If it's hot there, are you going to make iced tea? No, I've got aircon, Daniel. So I can enjoy a cup of tea in the air-conditioned room. I've said this before, I could not do this job without that aircon unit. It gets way too hot in this room. It's very well insulated, the sun bakes down on the roof and there's computers on. It gets insanely hot. Stood to get out the way of cars. Just turn the steering wheel, sure. Traffic rules, waymarks, yeah, fair enough. Been there, done that. Yeah, watch out for people opening doors, that's the main thing. Taxis doing U-turns and people flinging doors open. Then kids running in between cars. People pulling out of junctions on you. People looking at you and then pulling out anyway. That's my favourite. They look at you, go, oh yeah, you're a moped, you're coming right at me. Well, I'm gonna go, because I'm bigger than you. Grumpalunk, how you doing? Looks like there's a steep ridge here, actually. It's not called Rutline Ridge for nothing. Ah, that's nice. Way too long since you've caught a stream. IRL, right? Gets in the way. When you take your car home, you always get some bad boys driving with the wheel up all the way in front. Oh, you mean pulling wheelies? I know. I used to wheel in my Fireblade. It's not hard to wheelie a Fireblade. It's got that much power. It's ridiculous. The problem with wheelies is basically trying to keep it there and not go that way. You've always got to have your foot off the right brake, because the worst case scenario, if the bike starts to come and wants to go all the way back, touch the back brake, it'll bring you straight back down again. So you've always got to cover that foot brake. But yeah, it's not. If the police catch you doing it, you'll be in big trouble. Trivial. Touched. Dude, Dave, one of the scariest moments I ever had on my Fireblade was when I was where the M11 roundabout is at Harlow. I was going around that roundabout there, knee down and everything like that, and I was coming off onto the 414, and I opened the throttle like full, absolutely let it rip, and the front end just lifted like an inch off the ground, and then I got a tank slapper. So basically the front end came up, and then, you know, the oscillation, it went like this. It started off like that, and then very quickly it just went bang, 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 like this. It was going so fast. And I was doing like, I don't know what speed I was doing, but the wheel was up, and I was like that on a tank slapper. And the only way to get a tank slapper back down without going off is gently. The worst thing you can do is like shut the throttle. If you shut the throttle, you'll hit the ground, boom, you'll be off. I had to literally like back off on the throttle while fighting like this, and it just came back down. I got it down again. My heart rate had like tripled. It was, ooh, pretty scary when you get a tank slapper like that. Yeah, all it takes is like, if you get the power on too early, as the bike's coming up, it just oscillates, off it goes. Oh my god, it makes you think for the rest of the day. Just get this down to like about 60 meters and then try and bow it. We got the right 420 gram. Oh, Dave, if you two up on a Fireblade, you can't get the power on that much. You really, like, I have to lean forward a lot. I used to train my passengers when they rode with me, because like a lot of passengers just do really dumb things, and I say to them, like, get hold of me and just don't try and lean in, don't try and stay upright, just follow me, just stay with me all the time. If you feel the bike going down, let it go down. If you feel it coming up, let it come up, but don't try leaning in, don't try standing up. That's the worst thing they can do to upset the bike. But in terms of putting the power on, yeah, if you got somebody on the back, the front end just wants to come up. Leo, you should be studying, mate. You shouldn't even be here. Oh, hang on. Pressed the wrong button. No, don't turn around. You was coming this way. It was all beautiful. No, don't go the other way. Oh, you utter scumbag. You utter scumbag. Come, that's it. Come this way. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yep, yep. $68. It's not the best angle. I'd prefer a side-on angle. And the wind's turning as well. It's going to smell me shortly. What? How did that miss? Oh, the wind. I didn't take into account the wind. I aimed it bang on and the wind blew it to left. We're using a bow. The wind affects the arrow a lot more. With a bit of luck, he's just relocated somewhere. Hello, you. Oh, he's completely downwind of me now. Oh my god. Tank Slapper's the worst. Every time your sister goes on holiday with a caravan, you have to tow it because 3 years ago she had a topple over the M6 and it scared her for life. Oh yeah, Tank Slappers on bikes are very, very, very real. This guy is a menace. I swear the wind is turning in his direction all the time. Yep, there you go. He knows I'm here. Let's see where he is. I've got a video of Dero Valley in VR coming out this weekend. Where is he? Where did he go? I think it's about puns. They're not very punny. He's either done a runner or he's rotated this way. I don't think that's him. I think that's somebody else. Oh, this wind is actually swinging around. Can't seem to get an angle on this guy.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Mr. Roscoe, thank you for 46 months. Hope you're well. I'm well, thank you, Roscoe. No. What? Where did that go? $274 to $484. There's your man. Drink 3 pints of water. Actually, I found that the Oculus Rift didn't make me VR sick at all. Bizarrely.
Happy anniversary.
Gotcha. Ooh. Mr. Squirrel with the double raspberry magnum. Oh, yeah. We'll have that. Why would I not want it now? She hands me a magnum and goes, do you want it now or after?
Oh, big dog wants some.
It's not for you, pal. That's it. Make him excited so he barks, and then everybody is just really happy about that. You can't eat chocolate anyway.
No, I'm saying he had a bath.
Yeah, he had a bath. I gave him a shower this morning. He's all nice and clean. Hmm? He's put his collar on. That's my Fitbit. Yours is next to the bed with the collar. This raspberry one's weird. Come on. It's like raspberry ice cream with a raspberry layer around the outside and then chocolate.
Must be the double raspberry.
Hmm?
Must be the double raspberry.
That was actually a cracking shot because I picked that off in the middle of the herd, and I can only see half of his body. Why's my consecutive harvest gone to 0? Is that per animal now? Sorry, Healer, what microphone is set to low? Oh, I see what you mean. Consecutive harvest is and has been bugged. Interesting. There's moose around. All right. That actually makes sense, Battle Cattle. So if you go back to base and get more ammo, it resets your consecutive harvest count, which kind of makes sense because if you go back to the... If you go on like an outing, then your consecutive harvest should build up. But if you come back to base and buy some ammo and stuff, then in theory, you're going out on a separate hunt, aren't you? Same as if you went to sleep or something.
Welcome back, Nutter.
CloudX, welcome back. Ben19872. Can't believe I've been subbed to a great streamer with Amazon Prime for 8 months. Thank you, Ben.
Size of a bear. Not a good thing to consider if you want a restful night's sleep.
Alaskan natives have long told stories of an enormous wolf known as the Wahila, which sounds like some kind of Mexican tortilla that exists in the bush country of North America.
Welcome back, Nutter. Happy anniversary, Nutter.
It's said this way. Killer121, thank you for 4 months. Loved every video since and loved the streams and more. Here's to many more months, dude. Day 1 of ETS on YouTube. Wow, Killer. Thank you, sir. If it was yesterday's heat today, would you still stream? Yes. I've got air conditioning, Connor. It's when I step outside from here There's a difference of like 20 Celsius. You're like, oof. I had to keep bringing Dole in here yesterday because he was like, he couldn't cool down. It was so hot. Like Mrs. Squirrel was getting worried about him, saying, oh, he's too hot. Like, and he kept sleeping on the kitchen floor because obviously you can lie on the tiles and cool down. But I kept bringing him in here so he could cool down. Hey, MG. Thank you, dude. Drinking tea and hunting, good life. It's not bad here, Hilo, now. It's only 20, a lovely 25 Celsius today. It's peaked. 25 is the peak today. As is the rest of the week, really. Looks like we're going to get some rain over the weekend. I think on Europe, it's continental Europe still hot, isn't it? Yes, Mickard, I'm going to play the other ones. There's like 3 other games in Job Sim that I need to play. Hey, what's that? I've never seen that kind of thing in this game before. My ideal temperature is about 19 Celsius with sunshine. That's just perfect for me. Warm enough that you know it's not cold, but cool enough that you can do things and not be too hot. (29 to 30 in southern Finland. It's not so bad. This side of 30 is not so bad. There's a big lake down there. This thing. It's actually massive. Look at that. Yeah, you can keep your 39 there, Tom. Have you ever experienced 45? Yeah. In Vegas. I've experienced 44 in Mallorca, and I've experienced 45 in Vegas. I would take Vegas any day, because 45 dry is way better than the 44 humid that was in Mallorca. I'll be honest with you though, I would take 45 dry heat Nevada over Florida's 38 super humid weather. I hate that weather. But once you start hitting 40, it kind of does feel like you're just in a sauna. That's what it feels like. It's like being inside of an oven. What amazes me is like the cars are driving around. It's like 45 Celsius. Cars are driving around and the aircon's on in the cars. He's like, this is just nuts. How do these things stay cool? Oh, a grizzly bar. That's going to be hard to find. Especially considering he just smelt me. Yeah, it is. The worst is when there's no breeze. Yeah, I agree. When there's no breeze, it's just awful. Yesterday was hotter than the day before, but it was a lot windier, so it was kind of easier to deal with. Grizzly bear, here we go. We're on his trail now. Yeah, Jax, dude, I would not enjoy that at all. 90 is basically what, 32 Celsius? Oh, he's gone that way. Has he really gone that way? There he is. Trouble is, he's like totally downwind for me. Don't think we got to connect. Oh yeah, some like Australia in summer. Oh my god, no. Even the people who live on the coast are just too hot. How anybody can live in land in Australia is beyond me. Do you know what? I thought there was two. I'm sure there's another one down here. Oh, we did hit him. What's a flesh wound? Do you see all the pictures of the train stations in the UK yesterday? Like Euston. There's a picture of like Euston Station, and the plaza bit was just mobbed with people because they weren't taking any passengers. It was utter chaos on the trains. There was people who were on the trains, and the trains like broke down, and it just got unbearably hot. So passengers were like opening the door and just getting off because it was just intolerable in there. Definitely another guy down there. Going to go to Dubai in 2 weeks for 9 days. It's going to be 38 to 46. 29 to 38 at night. Why are you going to Dubai? Please tell me. Please tell me that's for work and you didn't volunteer to do that. Yeah, but the thing is, Connor, like, people run trains in hotter countries than this one, so why do our rails buckle? Like, what's going on in Europe and stuff? Are all their trains breaking as well? How could that not be a hit? Hours after work in the cold as well. There are countries with much, much greater temperature extremes than our little island. Our island's mild. Yeah, customers in your taxi last night took 11 hours from King's Cross to Edinburgh. If I was going to go from Edinburgh down to London, I'd just take a plane. Seriously? That was a vital hit. I literally thought to myself, how could that not be a vital hit? This bear stood up and I shot it right where the heart is. MJ, thank you, 47 star. Killer, 1-1. We did. Mr. Sun X, thank you for half a year. Convoy Hype, yep, convoy tomorrow. Right, so where did this guy go? I thought he'd run in this direction. I feel like the body should be very... There's one of them. I think I might have got both, you know. Oh, dude, Texas. I can't imagine what it's like living in Texas. Like the heat in Texas. Oh my God. I bet people just stay indoors. Thing is, how did people live in Texas? I don't know. Was it cooler back then, say 100 years ago? Because they had no aircon back then. Wait, the consecutive is definitely bugged. That should be reading something. Low humidity. So what's it's like Nevada then? You live in Southeast Texas, you work outside also. How can you get used to that, bro? Oh, I don't know. I don't think I ever could. We did. There was 2 bears and we got both of them. MJ, next month is 4 years, yeah. I'm not Ecolos, no. I probably should do. I think I have to buy a trophy room. I need to go and buy the trophy room thing, don't I? Isn't it some add-on that you have to buy? You have to buy the trophy room. Wait, what? There's another one. I think you have to buy the trophy room hut or something. Oh boy, he sounds close. There he is, I just saw him. Just saw him do a runner. Wow, I left lunged both of them. Wait, that's gone back to 40. That was on 0 a second ago. That is totally broken. Looks like this gun's getting the job done though. I don't know, Flurry. I don't know what it's doing, mate. It shouldn't have gone to 40% though. Blizzard Rail looks a lot cooler in the game than here in Holland. 39 Celsius yesterday. Air Force Base was 40.7. That's a new national record. Way too hot for me. I think a lot of temperature records got smashed in Europe yesterday. I think Paris was like 41.7 or something. Well, Daniel, somebody said it was bugged. And I went from 100 to 0, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Oh boy. Don't think he would have smelt me. He must have heard me. There's a lot of grizzlies around here. See if we can try and get his track. Guys, if you applied for the convoy and you're not in the Discord, you need to sort it out. You've got another 90 minutes, otherwise you won't be in the convoy. He's here somewhere. There he is. Oh, there's two. Imagine how terrifying that is in real life. If you shot a grizzly and he started charging you like that, and he's like 10 meters away, imagine the composure you have to be like. Oh boy. I'm pretty certain the first shot would have dropped him, but I think it might have taken a few seconds to do it. Yeah, like the first shot was a left lung, so that would have killed him. Yeah, so mine, this is really bugged. It's gone from 0 to 40 to 80%. How does that even work? So that last shot here, that kind of, oh my god, we're going to die, that completely broke the integrity because it went right through its skull. Wrong gun for birds, why? I did have the 7mm for the bears, but then we kept coming across bison, and it wasn't doing the job with bison, so I took out this gun. And I wanted to bow that bear, to be fair. Yeah, but even if each bear was 20%, it went from 0 to 40 to 80. Oh, he's still here. He's still here. It made 100% consecutive 5 kills to 4, so it goes from 0 to 40 to 80. No. It should go 0, 25, 50, 75. If it's 4 consecutive kills, it should go up in 25%. If it's 5, it should go up in 20%. But it shouldn't go from 0 to 40 to 80. That doesn't make any sense. Yes, I know I had 0 integrity on the bar. The 338 is heavy class. Is a heavy class 4 for 7mm for the bar. Yeah, like I say, I did have the 7mm or the 7mm, and then I had this weapon for the bison. But now we're in bear country, So I'd have to swap weapon again. Hence why I wanted to bow it, really, because that would be a much better choice. Because that's a class 3. Luke Stevens, welcome back. Daldril, 23 months. I don't know why Twitch does this. I resub last week. Just roll with it. Usually carry a 7 and a 338. Yeah, well, you see, I carry a tent, so I can switch weapon. The downside is I can't carry 3 weapons. A 50 cal bullet for hunting. Why would you use a 50 cal for hunting? You just destroy what you was hunting. You might as well use an RPG. See if we can get an angle on this guy. If we can spot him, we can close in on him. Oh, he's close. He is close. The soundscape in this game, though, is so pants. Like, visually, this game is amazing. Audio, terrible. Like, the positional information is terrible in audio. You're close. It's either the bear that's here or the other animal.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Oh no, the wind swung round again. It keeps doing this to me. It keeps like bringing the wind around so that I'm downwind of it. Or they're downwind of me. Bad Piggy, thank you for 30 months.
Welcome back.
Ferret Bomb, thank you for the host, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ferret. Welcome, Ferret Bombers. There he is, there he is. I think. I swear I just saw it. Welcome, Raiders from Ferret Stream. Yeah, you're gone, pal. That was clean in the lung, that was. Perfect timing, Ferret. That was a clean... Look at that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Somebody else here. Look at the pen on that bow. Look at that. That's just like gone right through it. So the quick kills there, the integrity's there because it's a class 3 weapon, and the consecutive harvest is now up to 100. The only downside of that was it was a small female bear, so as a trophy, it's meh. Something else over here. How's hunting ferret? Let me show you. Or does it show you that?
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
What does it show you kills for today? Come on. What are you doing? Okay. Game's just gone weird. NXN, thank you for 34 months. Okay. Hunter the Call of the Wild has stopped working. Send report. Cool stuff. Hunt's going well. I've probably just lost my consecutive kill bonus now.
Nutter.
I was going to show you the kill feed, but yeah, game decided that's not happening. Kranakian, thank you for 30 months, sir. You've never had the game crash ever? I have, but I've not had it crash probably for at least a year, I would say. I think Call of the Wild is updating. It just spent ages synchronizing. Yours crashes all the time, Bigfoot. Crashes a lot lately. Interesting. Don't recommend the game. On the whole, yeah, like it has its issues, you know. A lot of the desyncing in multiplayer seems to have been ironed out, but it can still do weird things in multiplayer. Great. Got to track all that way back now. You know what? If we're going to go to Bear County, I'm going to swap out and get my 7mm back. I bet you I lost those kills. Hunting log, that's what I was after. 27th. Grizzly Bear, 562. Looks like it kept it. Anyway, that's what we've killed today. A couple of bison, a couple of caribou, loads of bison, caribou, blah, 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 and then a whole lot of bear. Last crash was 3 months ago while you was hunting a fully grown stag. This game, like, to answer the question, is it worth buying, from Calcassa, I think was asking. Visually, this game is amazing. Like, it's actually amazing, this engine. The Apex engine is just stunning. It'll just transition weather from rain to sun, cloud, day, night. The lighting's amazing. Honestly, visually, you won't find anything better. The weapons, there's a lot of good weapons in the game. Early game, it can take so long. The skill tree is complete stupidity on ice. It really is. You can start off, and it's like very, very hard to track animals, to get any information about the animals, and so you've got like certain skill perks that you need to build up. You basically work your way through these skill trees, is what you do. So, you know, once you get certain points in this, it starts to get a lot more enjoyable. Same with the weapons. Like, you can get a pistol, but to get a sight on a pistol, you have to get like a stupid amount of kills with it. Like, absolutely stupid amount of kills. And so the progression is just annoying. But there's lots of reserves that you can get now. There's about at least 5 or 6. Some of them are really, like, really good. Some of them are a bit meh. If you're going to get the game for the first time, definitely just play on the default American. The American reserve that you start with is probably like the easiest. So there's lots of animals, lots of opportunity to kill, and therefore lots of, you know, leveling up your skill points. The worst thing you can do is like jump over to the Russian winter map where it's very hard to get a kill. Yeah, Leighton Lake. So start on Leighton Lake and just level yourself up. Get used to the game. Pay attention to the to that compass rose down there, because that little green thing shows like, think of the green cone as where your smelly body scent is going. That's what's happening. So like, you never want to hunt in that direction. Yeah, because the animal will just smell you. You want to be hunting like that or like that. Yeah, anything but that. So pay attention to that. If you use things like a bow, the wind will be a factor, because it will kind of blow the bow off course, blow the arrow off course, or the bolt off course. Other than that, just enjoy it. And yeah, the European Reserve's really nice. What I like about the European Reserve is there's a lot of history in it as well. So there's lots of places that you can explore. When you go to them, there's like information points. They give you some XP, but they also tell you like some of the backdrop about the reserve. So some of it's actually really interesting. And there's like a bit of like a career mode, I suppose, in that you'll get like missions to do if you want to play it solo. And then if you want, you can jump in multiplayer with your friends, and that can be pretty fun. If you want to change the time of day, just go to a bed and just rest. That's the thing to do. And the other thing is, like, these lures that you can get, like antler rattlers, like, these make your life a lot easier. Like, if you're hunting animals and you've got these lures, right? You can basically get near them, rattle the antler like that, and they'll start coming to you. But you can only get these when you've significantly leveled up in the skill tree. So yet again, like, the more you play it, you start to get these toys and skills that make life so much easier, which is kind of the wrong way around in a way, but that's just the way it is. By the time you've got good at it, you've got loads of tools to make it easy. And you're like, how does that work? But it is a good game. Just make sure you buy Call of the Wild and not the original Hunter. Right, we're going to drop our 338 off, and we'll take our 7 back, because we're going back into Burke County. So we'll take our 338, get our 7mm. Oh, and the other thing is polymer tips will offer you the best penetration, so you'll probably want to have them around a lot. What's today's cake count? So you've got skills and you've got perks, right? And for example, like, I've spent most of my perks in rifles. So like level 1 of that one unlocks the ability to ready your next shot without leaving aim mode for rifles, shotguns, and handguns. Level 2, increase ready speed after firing for all weapons. So that just basically makes it quicker to get back into a shooting position. Then when you've got that, you can unlock these. This, basically, when you hold the shift key, it holds the breath. So these effectively make it so that there's less wobble, you can hold for longer, all that kind of thing. Unlocks the ability to switch between different zero distances. Now these green ones, you can only have like one active one at a time. So you need to pick which one you want. This one here allows you to gauge the wind direction and speed. This one allows you to sort of range your rifle. It depends if you're into that kind of thing or not. And then your skill tree kind of depends whether you want to go down the ambusher route or the stalker route. So stalker's more if you like going after your prey and hunting it, and ambush is more if you like to kind of lure the prey in and then kill it. So it depends on your playstyle. I went down stalker, which is like some of the key abilities. I'm just thinking. So like that, level 3, the directional tracking cone is even narrower. So when you're on your little PDA and it's telling you like where you're trying to follow the tracks, it starts off with like a very wide cone, and you have to look around the map to try and find the next bit of track from the animal. Whereas with that, it starts to come right in like this. Makes job easier. That one there reveals information about the animal's gender, the animal group, the size of it, the fur type, the weight. So that can really help in, if you see like a pack of animals, that one will help you to pick out which animal to go for to get you the biggest trophy. Otherwise, it's just, you know, luck really, or just looking at it and saying, well, that's probably that one because it has a big antler. But when you look at a few bears, it's hard to tell, like, is it an 800 kilo bear or 500 kilo bear? You know. That one there is extremely useful. So that reduces the noise when you're moving through vegetation. So that makes it harder for the animal to detect that you're coming. So that's really useful, that one. What's that one? Your heart rate rises slow when moving. Okay. So that's like more when you're moving and stop and want to take a shot, your heart rate settles down quicker. That kind of thing. Right, I need to... And the other thing is, like, this can be really confusing for most people, is how this whole inventory system works. So on the left is categories. So I click weapon, and then I get my 7mm rifle, and I have to drag it across and say which position in the hotbar I want. So if I put this on 3, When I press the 3 key, I'll get the rifle. When I press the 2 key, I'll get the bow. But then by default, it doesn't come with any ammo or sight in it. So if I press the 3 key, it's like useless. So I have to then go to the ammo and then say, right, I want this 7mm polymer tip, drag that in, and then go to my sights. And again, you'll start off with really rubbish sights initially, and then later on you'll unlock better ones. And then say, oh, I'd like the 8 to 16 by 50, put that on there. And now I've got myself a zoomable scope. And we're loaded. But 3 in tracking knowledge and only 1 point in spotting knowledge and be able to find the exact weight of each animal when scanning its tracks on the ground. Can be useful. Right, so let's go down to... I think we were heading to... Was it that one we was heading to? Or that one? I think it was that one. I think this was... Yeah, this was it, because this is where we're killing the bears. And then the other thing to do, like if you're playing it for the first time, is like pay attention to things like at the bottom there, on the bottom right underneath me. The first icon, which looks like a heart with a pulse, that's like your heart rate. The second icon, which looks like a circle opening, that's your visibility. So if I sort of crouch down, you'll see my visibility gets less and less and less. If I lie down, when you see a thin line, it means you're very hard to see. A full circle means you're very easy to spot like that. The next one along is the sound. It's the noise that you're making. So if you start running along, you'll make loads of noise. If you crawl, you'll be quiet. But if you press the caps lock key, there's actually 2 speeds that you can walk. So there's a slow and a slightly quicker. And that works when you're stood up as well. So there's a speedy one, slow one. And when you're prone, same thing, slow, slightly faster. So you're basically in every position, you've got 2 speeds you can move at. And if you're trying to get close to an animal, you've got to pay attention to like 3 things. Your visibility, your sound, and the wind direction. Are there any must-have DLCs? I like... Let me just have to flick over to remind myself. Let's look at DLCs. If you're just starting out in the game, then you can probably just play the base. You definitely don't need to buy a reserve if you're starting out. The trophy lodge is something they brought in recently, but that's only for keeping trophies in your lodge. So if you kill something, you can mount it basically. Let's see. Park Fernando is a bit meh. Oh, duck and cover's fun. If you like duck hunting is really fun. The duck and cover DLC is nice. Because you can basically like lie in this, it's I don't know what they call it. It's like a coffin almost, and then you kind of pop out with your gun and poof, just shoot the ducks, and it's great fun. The 4x4 is an add-on. It costs £2.79, and that allows you to spawn a 4x4 vehicle, and you can get around the map really quick. Medived Tiger, the reserve, is beautiful, but it's very tough, so I wouldn't start with that. The weapon packs are good. Go through the weapon packs and decide, like, if you want to... If there's a certain gun or bow or whatever that you want, the weapon packs are really good. Say you got affiliate eligibility as a time limit in which you can actually register for, or is it endless? No idea, sir. Don't do it. The tripods are really fun if you want, like, wanting on an animal. Echolos, I'm not sure what you mean. And the other thing when you're hunting is be aware of the time of day. So if you look at your PDA, which you get by pressing the tab key, top left of your tab of your PDA, it tells you what time of day it is. Animals generally, morning and evening is when they're most active. During the day, they'll often just like sleep and whatever you. Morning and evening, they go getting a drink, getting some food. So be aware of that. Night hunting is fun, but difficult. But it is cool. I just spotted something. I think it's just, ooh, yeah. So top right, you can see it's saying 122 to 183. So it's a very low trophy, 470 to 545 kilos. But it's a moose, which means it's a class 3, I think. So what we could do is in our ammo, actually a moose, yeah, a moose would be a class 3. So we can either, we can bring our 600 gram bolt and try and kill it like that. Now, wind and gravity affect your bullets and your arrows. There is a shooting range you can go to where you can kind of play around with this. But when you sort of scope in with this thing, there's like dots on it. Approximately the middle dot's good for about 30 meters. Then the next dot's good for up to about 60 and then 90. And then it probably doesn't kill after that, to be fair. So normally you start with binoculars, but when you get the rangefinder unlocked, it's very useful because you can tell exactly how far away it is. It's like 100 meters. There's a new DLC where you get tripods and tree stands that you can place around the map. You can sit in them and wait for an animal to come by. I've not seen that one, Echolas.
Natter.
Tripods and tree stands. Interesting. That's quite good, actually, because the deer stand's not always in the best places. And the hunting lodges and stuff. Cloud EX, thank you for 3 months. Bravo Alpha Echo, 56. The freight train keeps barreling on. Thank you for 4.5 years of support, sir. And Kronakian Club 30. I don't use the gun zeroing myself. I judge the distance instead. Because the problem with the gun zeroing is you have to keep remembering to adjust it. Oh no, I just pressed the wrong key. I literally, my thumb just went, and hit the space bar. Oh my god. I think it was a bit low on that. Yeah, I think I aimed a bit low because I was rushing and I assumed he was about 60 to 70 meters away. And yeah, I just got the distance completely wrong. That would have been an easy hunt until I completely jumped up in the air and went, hey! You can also use rocks for the tripod. Nice. I need to get that one. I haven't got that one. So what can you put the tripod on, like any of your rifles, and then just stabilize it on a rock? And it's better than lying down, or does it make lying down even more accurate? Oh, it's not worth chasing, like he's bleeding out very slowly. Tamashanta's 2-hour notice. If you're in the convoy tomorrow and you haven't registered and got yourself in the Discord server, you've got 2 hours left. After that, no more entries. The tripod is a chair that you sit on so you're high on the ground. Oh. Looks a bit like a tennis umpire. I know what you mean. The big tall seat that he sits on. And goes, new balls, please. That one. Yeah, where is that? My DLC list, one sec. What's it called? Oh, tree stand and tripod. Ah, there it is. Came out 30 June. Recent reviews mixed. Not worth the money. Seriously, I purchased this DLC with my real money. Why I have to pay for it again with in-game money? 16,000 each. Isn't all the DLC like that, though? You get access to a rifle, and then you have to pay for the rifle in the game. Best DLC so far. I expect by the time this game is future complete, I will have spent over $300 on it. Tripods are awesome. Tree stands are a totally different story. They work awesome. Yet the beavers will remove the tree stands after a few hours and sometimes minutes. £2.89. Right. Purchased. I would have to restart the game to get it. Isn't it scary how quickly you can have your money taken away from you these days? Like with a couple of clicks, you can buy a DLC like that. And on Amazon, with a couple of clicks, you can buy an item like that. It's quite scary how quickly you can have money taken. But if you phone people up and ask for a refund, I'll be with you in 7 to 10 working days, sir. What? How is it you can take my money so quickly, but you can't give me back? You can buy stuff with your voice through Alexa. Not that I have Alexa, Kenko, but yeah. You can just say that, Alexa, buy me some toilet rolls. From Amazon.